I trusted the wrong person at work. TL. Doctor, I helped a coworker out by telling her about a food pantry I have used, and asked her to keep it in confidence. She outed me in front of the entire office today. I have been using a food pantry for about 6 months to help stretch my budget. I am getting back on my feet after being laid off for almost a year. A coworker confided in me that she and her husband were struggling to feed 2 kids. I shared with her that I went to a food pantry sometimes on my lunch hour and kept a cooler in my car. I offered to take her with me the next time and help her get signed up. She has been going regularly now. Sometimes we go individually. Sometimes we go together on our lunch hour. I told her that I trusted her by telling her I went to a food pantry and that I didn't want the rest of the office to know. She comes in work today putting things in the freezer that she had picked up at the food pantry. One of the nosy people in the office asked her why she was bringing in groceries, and she told the entire office about the food pantry that I go to and how nice it was and how much good stuff she was getting. I had specifically asked her to keep this private, and she just told the entire office, my boss and the office manager, that I go to a food pantry because I don't make enough money here. It's true. But I just never expected her to start shooting her mouth off like that. I am mortified and I don't even want to go back to work anymore, but I have to. What, if anything, should I say to her? I really want to rip her head off, but I have to work with this person. I don't care if she told people that she was going, but I did not want the office to know about me going. I feel like I really understand the meaning of no good deed goes unpunished now. I am not gonna sleep tonight because I am worried about everybody in the office knowing how much I struggle. I try to keep a professional image despite what's going on in my private life, and I just did not want that shared. Honestly, nothing shameful about your situation, especially in this trying times. I'm pretty sure your colleagues understand your situation. And if they don't, what they think don't matter anyway. Honestly, I would make the best of a shitty situation. If your boss has some uncomfortable talk with you about it, push how much you care about the company. But your pay is not sustainable for your life. And you want to make enough one day that you don't need to rely on food stamps. At worst, he will feel super awkward for engaging with you about it. And at best you'll get a raise. Coworkers. I am sure some will be like with E. Some will probably make a big deal about it and want to infantilize you. Super annoying. And some will probably judge you. Regarding coworkers, my honest advice is to be completely and unabashedly unaffected by them. Don't care what your coworkers think. Because the fact that you use a food pantry does not define who you are as a person. So don't let them define you. Any likelihood this will motivate your boss to pay you more? TBH, if anyone should be embarrassed, it's him. He should be paying y'all a living wage. I'm really sorry you're having to experience this kind of vulnerability at work. You really helped someone out. You saw someone else's struggle and related it to your own, and that's great stuff right there. All while risking your own emotional security. If you expressed how much you wanted to keep it a secret, I can't speak to why she would do otherwise, except that she thought she could possibly help others as well and share this bit of fortune. A lot of people are struggling in this country right now. People are going without and will continue to do so. We are taught to struggle in silence, to believe in the meritocracy, that fortunate people are good people, people that took care of themselves and made the right choices. If you found yourself lacking, then the opposite is true, and what's worse is that you had it coming. I'd advise you to probably not tell this coworker any more secrets, and to just let the rest of it go. And realize if you needed help from the food bank and she needed it as well, I bet there's at least one more person in your office that could use help from the food bank. Good luck. So, why are you ashamed? You are doing what you need to do to survive, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, I think it is awesome. If anyone asks, I would simply respond with this. Not that it is any of your business. But I am bouncing back after being out of work for almost a year, and every little bit helps. Leave it at that and nothing more. Most likely it will slip off the radar pretty quickly anyway. The way I'm seeing this is your bosses got called out for paying shit wages. I mean, if you're gainfully employed, there should be no reason to need a food pantry. Why would 2 employees need this service? Your boss and company should be extremely ashamed they do not pay enough for basic necessities. You don't need to feel bad. A lot of people are struggling right now. Which is to say, if anyone is gonna have a reaction to this news, it should only be shame and derision at your employer for not paying you a living wage. I'm sorry this person betrayed your trust since they were told you wanted it to be a secret. They shouldn't have done that. But they do have the right idea not being ashamed of it. It is nothing to be ashamed of. They shouldn't have made that decision for you. But since you can't undo what has been done, might be time to change your perspective on things. Keep your head up and know you're far from alone. And like someone else said, if your boss has any words for you, it better be, I'm giving you a raise. I am so sorry she violated your trust like that after you helped her. I think it would be best if you talk to her directly about this problem. Unfortunately, she can't unsay what she said in front of people, but you can make her understand that it was inappropriate. I would pull her off to the side and tell her, I told you in confidence about the food pantry to help you when you were struggling. Do you remember that I also asked you to keep me going there to yourself? I'm happy that you feel comfortable sharing that you go there. But it was not your place to tell everyone that I go there as well. I'm very uncomfortable with everyone knowing that about me. It makes your position clear without shaming her for also going through a hard time. I'd look for another job. No because of being embarrassed, but because you need a higher paying position. I have no idea where you're from, but why not try to get into a better paying area? In the UK, the majority of jobs to do with the railway are well paying, etc. Stop feeling shame for your situation. Hold your head up high. That lady had no shame in bringing groceries into her work so they wouldn't spoil. It's what she had to do. No shame in that. Dude, she shouldn't have done that. But you care way too much. You're poor. Who gives a fuck? I know you asked her not to tell and she broke it. Coming from a single-parent home where we shrugged what we could growing up, she might have been happy to have a good place to get food for the family, and she had loose lips. It doesn't change the fact that she destroyed the trust and the good intentions with you sharing the pantry on the down low. I just want to throw this possibility to maybe ease the anger, cause as you said you have to work together. But you know her more than me. So your call if she was being malicious or just simply Gabby talking. People rarely can keep a secret. Some are good at it. But best to never tell anything you don't want to be heard by others. Sorry you felt embarrassed at work. It's a tough thing to go through. I wouldn't discuss it unless she said I was acting weird. I felt embarrassed when you told everyone I went to a food pantry even though I told you not to tell anyone. I really didn't want others to know. Type thing. Never talk with anger. That shit bites me in the ass every time. The real shame is on the employer who pays shitty wages. And of the politicians who have abandoned working class people. You have nothing to be ashamed of, nor should you have to explain yourself. We all have our own circumstances. 2 things. First, you shouldn't be embarrassed by needing some help getting back on your feet. It is not like you're not working, and being without a job for a year can wreak havoc on a family's finances. Secondly, now you know you can't trust this person. You can be aware of her sneakiness, and this can avoid her backstabbing you with more serious issues. There is no shame in going to a food pantry. My mom and I went to one for 2 years until both of our incomes became stable again. That was pre-COVID. You're getting the assistance you need to live. And there are a lot of people going through what you are too. As for the coworker, now you know you can't trust her. No biggie. It's a lesson a lot of learn. Go to work and hold your head high. Avoid her and ignore her. She violated your trust. No good deed goes unpunished, and ever trust the coworker again. They will always pull your leg when they get the chance. You have absolutely nothing to be embarrassed about. You are a good person who tried to help someone who turned out to be an idiot. Food pantries exist to help everyone. I hope your bosses end up paying you more.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.